Once upon a time, in a small desert village, there lived a kind and hardworking farmer named Karim. He owned 2 camels, one young and strong, the other old and gentle. Karim loved both of them dearly, for they had helped him for many years in his daily work. Every morning, Karim loaded his camels with goods and traveled to the nearby town to sell dates, milk, and grains. The young camel was tall and full of energy. He walked fast and often reached far ahead of the old one. The old camel, however, moved slowly, stopping now and then to rest. Karim never scolded him, for he knew that the old camel had served him faithfully all his life. One hot afternoon, as they crossed the desert, a sandstorm began to blow. The wind howled fiercely, and soon the path was covered with dust. Karim could not see clearly. The young camel grew restless and wanted to run, but Karim held his rope tightly. The old camel stood firm and faced the storm bravely. After a while, the storm became stronger. Karim decided to stop and take shelter behind a large rock. He covered the camels with a cloth and waited. Hours passed, and finally, the storm ended. The young camel was trembling with fear, but the old one remained calm and steady. The next morning, Karim continued his journey. When they reached the town, he sold his goods and bought food and water for his camels. He gave the old camel a little extra food and gently patted his neck. "You are slow," said Karim with a smile, "but you are wise and brave. You saved us during the storm." The young camel bowed his head in shame. He realized that strength alone is not enough, patience and courage are also important. From that day onward, he respected the old camel and never ran too far ahead. Karim was proud of both his camels. He knew that each had its own value, one gave him speed, and the other gave him wisdom. Together, they made his journey through life easier and happier. Moral: strength and youth are valuable, but wisdom and patience guide us safely through life's storms.